Alright, welcome back guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision here with Blind Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my review of the 100, Season 5, Episode 3, Sleeping Giants. Now if the 100 is something you're interested in, something you want to know my thoughts on, see my reviews, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the bell icon that way you don't miss any future videos or reviews on the 100 moving forward. Now let's begin. We start this episode off with, I think her name is Charlene or whatever. Her and the prisoners scoping out like the woods area around the village that they've taken, and they all of a sudden they hear a scream and they go to find out what it is, and it's revealed that Maddie and Clark have captured one of the prisoners and kind of set up a trap to lure them out. And I like this idea. I think this is a smart idea. I'm still kind of confused on what they were trying to do. Were they going to plan on killing them all? Because I don't think Clark would have been able to kill them all. I think that was kind of a stupid idea, unless they planned to draw them out, kill a couple, and then maybe capture those that were the maybe last one or however many survived, and try to find information that way. I just kind of find it a little confusing as to why they did that. It's just because even though she has an assault rifle or whatever kind of gun she had, she's not going to be able to kill all those people. They're going to find her or get her sooner or later. So her doing that, I feel like I'm confused on what she was trying to do. But moving on, they soon realize where the shots were coming from as she starts kind of popping a few of them. And she sends Paxton to go to shoot some kind of weapon off, and it sets off an explosion where Maddie and Clark are hiding, and then they start running away. And I kind of have an issue on this scene right here, because you kind of got Maddie helping Clark go escape. Now, I feel like this is an iffy scene for me, because I feel like when you're showing this kind of scenes, you should have Clark helping Maddie. It would have been better if they had wounded Maddie, and then you got Clark helping her, especially later on when they're chasing Maddie. I think that would have been a lot better, because like when you're telling a story, you shouldn't be having the younger character helping the older character or giving advice and helping them that way. I don't like that. I think it'd been better if they did it the other way, and it just kind of frustrated me in a sense, and I just didn't really like what they did there. And then you got her telling her to hide in the little, like, I guess kind of tunnel or bunker kind of thing they built in the woods, and she runs away. And I like this kind of idea, however, it draws me away in a sense of the dialogue here, because you got Clark telling her to run and hide, do it quickly, yet she spills out all this dialogue telling her how I love her, I love you, stay safe, do as I say. It's like, just tell her to hide there and don't move, and then keep running. It's like, you don't have to go through this whole stuff. And I gotta say, it's the dialogue that it really drew me out right here, because it really frustrated me. And it's not just the 100 that does it. A lot of our shows will do the dialogue stuff, but I notice it a lot more in the 100, and it just frustrates me, because it's like, they don't speak like this. Normal people wouldn't speak like this. If you were really in like this life or death situation right here, she would have just said, stay here, hide, I'll read them away, as she runs away. And it didn't feel authentic, it didn't feel realistic, and it just frustrated me for that few seconds there. And then you have her running away, and then later on she ends up getting captured, which we hear over the radios from Bellamy and them. And I like how they played that out. In a sense, it would have been a little better, but I like how they did it, because when I talk about Bellamy and them, I'll explain more, but I like what they did here with how they didn't show Clark getting captured, because I really did enjoy that. I think that was a smart thing to do, and I just really like how it all played out in the episode. Then we head back up to Space Crew, and they end up docking. Amori has trouble, and you got Murphy kind of cracking jokes at her, and I really hate what they do with Murphy this season. It just frustrates me. But they're able to get onto the mothership, and they turn off the alarm. Meanwhile, back in the ground, Charlene, or whatever her name is, sets off the Kodiak Protocol, which I like what they did there. If you know her name, I don't really know what the leader of the prisoner's name is. I think it's Charlene, but if you know how to correctly pronounce it, please let me know in the comment section down below, because I have no idea. But she decides to set off the Kodiak Protocol. Meanwhile, they end up getting on there, and they hear them hunting down Clark. And I like how they had that whole scene play out, because Bellamy thinks it's Octavia. And I like how they had that play out, because he doesn't know Clark lived. My only con would be, I wish they had started this episode off with them making it onto the ship And this being the second episode, not showing what happened to Octavia, or not even reviewing that they didn't escape the bunker. I think it would have been better as fans if we thought that they were attacking Octavia as well. I think that would have been a lot better done and better handled, and a lot better storytelling wise. But I think it was good because you see Bellamy's face thinking that it's Octavia, and I think it was just a very good way to do it. And it just was very tension filled at that moment, even though in a sense we knew it was Clark, and I think in a sense we all knew she was gonna be captured in a sense. But I just like how they had it portrayed with Bellamy thinking that it was Octavia. And then you have Murphy and Monty going to get the fuel, and we learn that the ship that doesn't run on that fuel, but it uses it to kind of fuel the dropship. So I like how they incorporated that. And you got Bellamy and Raven staying behind and finding out about the prisoners and the backstory. I do hope we get a bit more backstory. I think we will with the whole prisoners on the ground, so I hope we do get more. But I do like what we got with the prisoners so far. My only con with these scenes right here is when, again, with the dialogue where Bellamy says we need to get to the ground right now, and he pauses when he says now, because it's like we didn't need him to pause. That's just done for dramatic effect, and it's if it was real, no one would really say that, and it just frustrated me again with the dialogue. But then they go find the chrono sleep, the prisoners in the chrono sleep kind of pods, and they end up argue about what to do. And I gotta say, I agree with Murphy on this one. They should have killed them all. These are hardened criminals. They're not gonna like bargain or make a deal with them. If I had my own thoughts and opinions on this, I don't think that's gonna be what happens, and it just frustrates me. And then you got one of them, the Kodiak guy, coming out and waking up due to Charlene activating him, and it takes Bellamy, Raven, and Echo, Ice Nation warrior, who is like the top of the Queen's Guard. It takes all three of them to take out one of the prisoners. And I've seen a lot of online saying that these prisoners don't seem like they're the big bad, or they just feel like mediocre, and I highly disagree. When it takes like when it takes the three of them to take down one of these prisoners, I gotta say they definitely raised the stakes and made these characters a lot evil and darker than ever before. And I'm just interested to see what they do with them moving forward. And then they decide to have Raven rig it so that they will kill all those prisoners that are sleeping and kill them all if they don't come up with a deal. However, Raven decides to stay behind, and I do like that. I think that was a good kind of thing to do there, and I like what they did there with the whole kind of wanting the bargain. I get it. Again, I still think they should have killed them all, but I do like what they did there. Then you got Murphy deciding to stay behind and keep her company, thinking that there's a dropship. However, it's revealed that there isn't one. And I like how they have that, because I think they're doing something here where Raven or Murphy or both of them will die at the end of the season. Because, yes, they killed Jaha, but he's not very much a liked character besides me, I feel like. And I feel like they need either one or two more big deaths to just cement these guys as the big bads. And I think these two could be the big deaths of the season that we kind of need to cement these people as the big bads of the season. So let me know what you think. Do you think one or two of these or both of these characters will die this season? I think at least one will die, just to cement the darkness and how bad these prisoners really are. But let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comment section down below. Well, back in the ground, you got Clark, who's being interrogated by Charlene. And one of my biggest cons is Clark still, after being captured, she still looks perfect and like a model. And it's like she should look a little bit more dirty and beaten up. Yes, she does look a little bit like that, but it's just not good enough for me to have her be portrayed as something like that. She should be a little bit more dirty and beat up a little bit more. But moving on, you got Charlene and Zeke interrogating her, and I feel like at this moment, after what we got in this episode, Zeke and Charlene are going to be on our hero's side, and Paxton might start like a rebellion, and him and the hardened criminals are going to be the big bads of the season. I just think that's how it's going to play out, but it could just be me thinking that. But then you got Maddie who ends up trying to run away from the prisoners. And again, I'll say, if it was her that was injured, it just would have been, I think it would have been added suspense to the scene, thinking, will she escape, then will they capture her? And then you have Charlene putting a kill order on her after Clark refuses to give up the information that she wants, and then Quark ends up giving up, saying that she'll talk after giving her the information about the bear traps. I really like that because it shows how much Quark kind of cares about Maddie, and then at the same time shows how much Charlene cares about her own men, and how she shows her own authority over her people as willing to sacrifice Paxton and that other guy in the event that they don't follow through. It just cements her as a good leader at that moment, and I really like that. My only con at this point with the story was when they sat down and Clark was about to tell her everything that happened. As much as we don't need that information because it'd be exposition, I hated it because they put in the dramatic music right when Clark was saying that stuff, and then it went to commercial, and I just was like, why did you put in the dramatic music? You didn't need the dramatic music. You didn't need the big pauses. It wasn't needed. And as much as we didn't need exposition and we shouldn't have gotten it, it was ridiculous because we didn't need it. I just hated how they portrayed the whole suspense in that moment. It just frustrated me, and I just felt like we didn't need it, and it was just done to just kind of make us like be more suspenseful in that moment. Then at the same time, we got Bellamy and them returning home from on the ground, and they immediately run into the prisoners. And this is my biggest con of the episode. Again, I hate this, is when Maddie shows up and rescues them from the prisoners. But Maddie should not have rescued them. That was a ridiculous thing to do, and it just frustrated me. And what annoyed me even more is right away, she knew and trusted who Bellamy was. Like, if that was her, she should have questioned if that was Bellamy multiple times and not have known it was him right away. That frustrated me so much. That was so unrealistic that it really frustrated me. Yes, sure, Clark probably told her many times what he looked like, but yet he has changed so much, his appearance in the past 6 years. She should have questioned it. It just frustrated me, and I think it was just done stupidly and silly, and I just really didn't like how they had that portrayed in this episode. And then at the same time, the prisoners find out about this, and they begin torturing Clark with the shock collar. And again, as much as I hoped it would look a little better in the show, it still came off as cheesy, and I didn't like that. And it ends with Bellamy showing up and delivering his ultimatum to the prisoners about making a deal. And I really like how they ended it with that scene. And I hate how the media and everybody online portrayed it as like the big Blark reunion. I hate Blark. I hope that never happens. If you like that, that's fine for you, but I don't like that. I hope they stay as friends. But I did like how it ended. I think it was a good ending for right now. And I just hope the next episode isn't just focusing on the bunker. I hope we get them going and rescuing them from there. I think that'll be a lot better, and I just hope that it's just not another filler episode like the first two kind of were. I hope it's kind of a combined episode, but all in all, I think this is a good, decent episode. It wasn't good, but I think it was just a good, decent episode in my opinion. Yeah, guys, that's my review of The 100, Season 5, Episode 3, Sleeping Giants. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to subscribe down below and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss any future videos on The 100 moving forward. Also, you can go follow me on Twitter at Blind Entertainment TV. Entertainment is shortened with ENT. So definitely go follow me there. I'll have it linked in the description down below. This has been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I will see you next time.